Integrated Project Management is a strategic consulting firm. It's no surprise then that when CEO Rich Panico wants to work on integrating values in his company, he starts with strategy and then works his way to tactics. Hear how he does it in this short video, part of our Champions of Responsible Business video series.
At a strategic level, being that we are, a business consulting company with a focus to planning and executing, we obviously spend a lot of time in our own strategic plan process. If I were to show you the process map for our strategic planning process, you would see on there various points through the process, right, where we are asking ourselves, are we being consistent with our values? Are we being consistent and true to our mission and beliefs? And the entire organization understands that process. Those who come on board are made to learn that process, are taken through training to learn that process. So that's at a very, very strategic level. As we start developing specific initiatives within a year, in our annual plan, again, we have a similar process that asks us, before we conclude that this is an objective that we're going to serve this year, we're asking ourselves again, is this true to our mission and beliefs? Is it aligned? Are we being true to our values? But now let's get down to the very tactical level. Within our performance summary and development plan, which is our appraisal process for our employees, first of all, our process requires that supervisors provide feedback on a weekly basis. So they're sitting down with employees on a weekly basis. And they're addressing not only performance but conduct. So it's bringing to bear those questions around our value and what's important. How are you treating fellow workers? How are you interfacing with clients? From an honesty standpoint, again, that's just a checklist. It's either yes or no, and if it's a no, the person is gone. And there's no clearer way of describing that. But within the performance summary and development plan that takes and summarizes all these weekly meetings, right, again, we look at the character elements. How did you display caring for others? Did you participate? Did you help when you weren't asked? When you weren't asked by others for help? Did you volunteer to help others? Were you involved in Integrated Project Mercy, which is our involvement in community and involvement, in some of the social programs that we're involved with? So at that point, again, you're breathing life and providing a priority, or you're promoting this priority that we have for behaving a certain way. And all of that is separate from conduct. So again, on a weekly basis, a supervisor has the opportunity to have that discussion with individuals, but then, in culmination, when they're actually getting this report, there are so many opportunities for me to describe what's important in our environment to our people, how I handle different issues, and we've had certainly several that have been great opportunities for me to communicate what's really important to our employees. Walking away from jobs that weren't aligned to our values, actually dealing with situations where clients have violated contracts. So opportunities like that are rare, but if you miss those opportunities to convey the message to your people, I think it's a huge leadership mistake. I can tell you that when we communicated that to our people, they applauded. They applauded.